Welcome everyone to Real Talk with My Homies. I'm your host, Jake Wardrop, licensed real estate agent with Homepage Realty in Louisville, Kentucky. Today I'm joined by the man, the myth, the legend, and today a Jedi, Randy Daniels. Randy is the media director of Homepage Realty. He has the unfortunate task and sometimes the privilege of taking all of our crazy ideas that us homepage agents bring to him and help us create them and turn them into a reality. Case in point is the podcast you're watching right now. Randy, how are we?
You don't need to know how I am.
No. So we're gonna stay in character the whole time.
No, I'm good. I'm really good. Yeah. Thanks for letting me be on the podcast.
Appreciate it, man.
Everybody else has had their time, and I was wondering when do I get to be?
There's a method to the madness.
Yeah.
We want to check some boxes before we had done a huge build up.
Yeah.
Marketing and a huge build up with other agents of talking about marketing the home, doing this, doing that. What do you do to get the house sold?
Yeah.
And it was all building up to this episode. It was all building up to you coming on, and we're going to move on after this.
I love to hear it. Well, it's going to go downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the bars.
This is the peak.
The next option is Trump or Biden. That's the only way to go. Only way to get more ratings.
Let's make that happen.
So you are the media director at Homepage.
I am.
How long have you been the media director? Because you were there before me.
So I think March will be 4 years I've been at Homepage. Yeah. And when I started with the company, we had roughly 80 agents, 85, 86 agents. And at this point now, 4 years later, we're at 215 officially.
Triple,
yeah.
So last episode, Mike and I talked about cell phone pictures. And it seems like there is a growing trend of, and maybe it's just whatever, but it feels like there's more and more cell phone photos listings than ever before.
For sure.
And I don't know why. I don't understand why. I don't even feel like people are cutting a rate in order to discount for no photos. But, why is that? What are your thoughts on why we're using more cell phone photos? I mean, we're not obviously as homepage agents.
Yeah, right.
But why do you think as a whole, as an industry, people are using cell phone photos?
So I think and I'm trying to be
Diplomatic?
I'm trying to be diplomatic, yeah. Obviously, I look at things from a very Homepage Realty perspective. Mm-hmm. And we are pretty much at all, everything's offered, right? So everything, you become a Homepage agent, you don't have to worry about paying for any of this stuff.
Yeah.
The way I explain it to new agents, or when it comes to new agents, is let's say you're a brand new agent. You've never sold a house, right? And so you have no money. You spent all your money on your real estate school. You did all this, and now you're like, okay, I got my first house, and it's my cousin, and my cousin wants to sell their house, and they're going to use me as their agent. Yay, I'm finally made it.
Yep.
Well, then you look into it, and for a professional real estate photography, depending on the size of the house, could go anywhere from $250 to $550. I mean, just depending on the size, depending on what it is that you want to offer. If you're including interior drone, if you're including a 3D tour, if you're including exterior drone photos, all that stuff.
It adds up fast.
So I think new agents can look at it, or any agent, especially now in 2024. We look at it and go, well, why should I pay for professional photos? And it's really, and I use the word ignorance without meaning the derogatory purpose, meaning of the word, but it's
blissful ignorance.
It's a blissful ignorance as, I can pay a professional photographer. They're using a professional camera. I have a professional camera in my pocket that has good, if not better, pixel quality, right? And it's just it's a miseducation, really. And they look at that and go, okay, well, that's great. I don't have to spend $500 before I've even made a dime. I can just go ahead and take photos on my phone, and they're going to be great. And I think that's really why people are doing that, is so to overall save some cash in their pocket, but without really understanding the overall detriment to their listing.
Yeah. So, real quick, and then we'll move on from it. What is the number one thing that you can tell that this is a cell phone photo versus a real photo?
Right off,
pretty decent cell phone photos, but we're miles apart when we're talking real camera, cell phone camera.
Hey, now I mean, and I'll be honest. There's been times where I've been out, not in real estate, but out in the field, or even when I go on vacation. I don't take my camera with me. I've got a camera in my pocket. I've got my phone. And so I'll take my phone or my camera and on vacation and take family photos or whatever. And they're good quality, don't get me wrong. but it's all about how you frame the image. It's all about how you post-production with the image. But the biggest thing that when I look through, the MLS and I see photos, the first thing that I can tell when it's a cell phone photo is when it's vertical.
Yeah. We got the blurred image.
Yeah, you got the blurred image on the side, or you got a black image on the side, and it's just and I get it. They're wanting to show the height, and you're like, no, I get it, but don't turn your phone vertical. Like that's just the first and foremost. Like I can see, they totally just didn't spend the money on a photographer.
All right, Randy. You know what one of the most important parts of every real estate transaction is?
I think so.
It's the title company.
It is the title company.
Trick question.
Good segue.
Not only do they handle the title search, but they also prepare the deed, handle any legal matters that arise, and help smooth out even the toughest of situations. As a local realtor, I use Limestone Title and Escrow as much as possible, and they've never let me down. With 7 on-staff attorneys and a team of over 40 dedicated title experts, they've got you covered for all your Kentucky and Southern Indiana closings. Their costs are competitive, but their willingness to go above and beyond is priceless. I cannot recommend Limestone Title enough for all your real estate closings and real estate needs. Follow them on social media, Limestone Title Louisville.
And you'll be able, if you look at their website, you'll see some videos that were produced.
All right.
By Homepage.
Shameless plug.
Yeah.
I think I did a bunch of stuff with Mike. I saw him make a bunch of videos.
Yeah, he came in and did him and Greta and their team came in and did a bunch of videos, yeah.
All right, so we're going to do, in the spirit of Halloween, we are going to do a Mount Rushmore of dealer's choice.
Okay.
We're going to do a Mount Rushmore of Halloween villains.
Okay.
Mount Rushmore of Halloween candy. Or a Mount Rushmore of Halloween costumes. You get to pick since you're the guest.
So villains, candy,
costumes.
I'm a sucker for Halloween candy. Let's go Halloween candy.
No, perfect. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to create our Mount Rushmore together.
Okay.
So you're going to get 2. I'm going to get 2.
Okay.
You're the guest. You get to go first. So who has to be? What has to be on the Mount Rushmore of Halloween candy? The number 1 pick.
Okay. So the question. So
yeah, we can
in my mind is it like what are staples in Halloween candy, or is it like my personal, like what I want to eat?
I think it needs to be your personal.
Oh, okay.
I think it's got to be your it's gonna be
see, that throws me off.
Best and my best.
See, my mind, I was gonna go with I think is a controversial candy corn.
That's number 1 for you?
Well, that's where I was gonna go if
right.
I was thinking like staples, right? But if I'm really going with what my pick, like if I stick my hand in the bag and I pull out and I'm like, yeah, is Twix.
All right. I'll give you the candy corn. I am in the minority. I know a lot of people don't like candy corn.
I enjoy
I eat candy corn 11 months out of the year, but around Halloween time, I don't mind candy corn.
Yeah. And do you mix it with peanuts?
No. I just grab straight out of the bag.
Just straight.
But I'm not against it. Like if it's got peanuts with it, I'll do it. But I'll just grab a small little bag at the dollar store or something. All right. So you went with
Twix.
Yeah,
the little fun size stuff.
I'm going fun size Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, I do love Sour Patch Kids.
And the little baby one, you don't feel like you're eating 40 of them. You're eating like
and your tongue's not raw.
Yes. So Twix, Sour Patch Kids.
Okay.
Your turn.
Oh gosh.
There's a lot. I know.
There's
You're
so
gonna have
many.
to leave something off.
Yeah.
That's what makes it so good.
I love, like, my all-time favorite candy is Reese's Pieces. But do they have fun-size Reese's Pieces?
Little
Do they?
baggies,
Okay,
baggies.
then I'm going to go with that. Reese's Pieces.
All right, so we have Twix, Sour Patch Kids,
Yep.
Reese's Pieces.
Yep.
The 4th and final, Swedish Fish.
Oh,
Another
man.
chewy candy. Gotta go with another chewy candy.
You really like cavities.
Yeah.
I can't do Swedish Fish, man. I mean, I'll eat them, but like there's just
Yep, there's a lot of chewy going on there.
Yeah. I feel like my jaw got to work out when I'm done.
We definitely are going to get crushed for things that we forgot.
Oh, there's only 4. There's only 4.
We can. But people don't care.
Yeah, no, they don't care.
All right, one thing worth talking about is Halloween costumes this year.
Mm-hmm.
All right, obviously you're a Jedi.
I'm a Jedi.
I got Michael Myers. I couldn't wear the mask. Glasses. Sorry.
Yeah.
I couldn't wear the mask. I just wouldn't be able to read. So, which one?
It's a toss-up.
All right. I want to get your reaction on a couple of these.
Okay.
Deadpool, Wolverine. It's going to be all
Oh, it's going to be everywhere.
Yeah. Fallout. Did you ever watch that show?
What's throwing me off though is that there's going to be so many kids wearing Deadpool and Wolverine, and I just want to judge the parents and go, "You totally let your kids watch that movie." But Fallout, yeah, Fallout.
Fallout. Another show probably shouldn't let the kids watch.
I was a huge Fallout game.
See, I never played the game.
No,
I was a big video game guy growing up, but I never played Fallout.
Wow, that's so good.
But the series was awesome.
Yeah, the series was really good.
really enjoyed
Yeah,
the
it was really short though.
Yeah.
I mean, but all shows are short series now. Like, remember back when we used to watch a show and it'd be like 20 episodes?
Yeah, you go back and look at The Office and it's like 24 episodes per season.
Yeah, and now we have 8. But production's huge, so...
2 very specific costumes that I think are going to be out this year a lot is I think you're going to see couples that dress, the Hawk-Tuah girl from the internet. I think you're going to see a lot of people, one dressed up as a hawk, and the other person dressed up as Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback.
Oh, that's remarkable.
Yeah,
if you hadn't had that idea,
feel free to take
you
it.
do now. That's a remarkable idea.
Yeah,
so a hawk.
Yeah, someone dressed up as a bird, another person dresses up as Tua, the quarterback.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
And then I saw a really funny one. This was super niche, but I love it. Saw a guy playing off on Michael Myers.
Okay.
He's gonna dress up. He's gonna put on Oscar Mayer costume on, hot dog costume. And he's going to be Oscar Michael Myers.
That's good.
That's a good one.
That's good. I think one of my favorite costumes that I remember growing up is my mom and dad were pastors.
Yeah.
And so we would do like a Halloween night, but it wasn't called Halloween or whatever, but we would dress up, and it was, you had to dress up as Bible characters. And there was a guy that went to our church, and I was like 4. I don't really necessarily remember it. I just remember my parents telling me stories about it. He wore a white sheet, like neck was cut out, but he wore a white sheet, and it had a red poster board letter C on it. And he came as the Red Sea.
Ah, I see what you did there.
Yeah. I always thought that was clever.
Yeah. That's that reminds me of my favorite pirate joke. And what's a pirate's favorite letter?
C?
Yeah. Well, you're supposed to say R.
Oh, R. Oh.
You think it'd be R, but it'd actually be the C.
Oh, I see. Cute.
We'll cut that.
I've got a really good pirate joke if you want to hear it.
I think we should do a dad joke off one day.
Oh, that'd be great.
Come prepared. One of those don't laugh challenges. That'd be fun.
I told a really good, my favorite pirate joke to Jeff the other day.
Well, let's go ahead and do it. I mean, as long as we're
I have to. We can always cut it out. Okay, so
we're not cutting it out.
So
we don't cut things out.
we don't cut things out. So okay, pirate ship on sailing down the sea, and all of a sudden the guy in the crow's nest yells down, and he's like, "Captain, one enemy vessel off the port bow." And the captain's like, "Okay." And he looks at his first mate, and he's like, "Bring me my red shirt." So the first mate goes into his cabin, gets his red shirt. Captain puts it on. The enemy shows up. The battle ensues. It's a hard-fought battle, but they win, right? And so after they're celebrating, everybody's all excited and cheering, and the first mate looks at the captain. He's like, "Captain, well-won battle, but you have to tell me, why did you need your red shirt?" And the captain said, "Well, it's because if I were injured in battle, then the blood would soak into the red shirt, and the crew wouldn't know that I was injured, and they would fight on with vigor." And the first mate went, "Wow, that's a remarkable idea, way to build morale and keep people going." And at that moment, the guy in the crow's nest yells down and says, "Captain, 12 enemy ships off the port bow." And the captain looks at his first mate and says, "Bring me my brown pants." It's like my favorite joke.
It's a good one. All right, time to get a little.
But don't.
Yeah, time to get a little serious.
All right.
All right. What is the goal of the media department? You and your team.
So what I tell everybody when they come in, as a new agent or new to Homepage, what I tell everybody is your job as a real estate agent is to sell houses. Mm-hmm. Our job as the media department is to sell you.
Okay. And how do you guys, what's the main way that you believe that you guys can sell us?
So we sell you in kind of a myriad of different ways. So video, obviously, photography, marketing, design, digital advertising, print advertising. We are basically your go-to marketing team. Yes, our goal is to maintain the brand and the goal, or the brand and the identity of Homepage, but also creating your brand and your identity and how it falls in line with what Homepage is doing. So we are your personal photographer. In terms of, you go to a client interview and you can go, hey, I've got a photography team that I know, that I trust, that make sure that quality is the top priority, and make sure that speed is the top priority. So speed and quality are the two top priorities that we bring to the table, that you as a real estate agent can trust when coming into Homepage.
Yeah, it all, and I know I love and sometimes like my project, this project, it takes a back seat, but I love that it is listings come first.
Yeah,
I've heard you say it a dozen times. Is listings come first.
Yeah, that's kind of the mantra of the media team.
Yes, and that is, I think, a big draw to me of staying there. Is like, I know that even though we have all these, half a dozen or a dozen or whatever different projects going on with different agents, at the end of the day, the listing, which is what the client cares about most, those are still going to get taken care of, no matter what.
Well, if you look at that's the bread and butter, right?
Yeah.
It's not just how Homepage gets advantage, but it's also as you as an agent.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I think took me the most to get used to, is that it's really, you as a real estate agent are your own business. Like, you don't work for a Homepage. You just have Homepage attached to your title, right? Or to your license. And so really, in terms of who I work for, or who the media department works for, we have 215 clients. And if that client's not happy, then there's going to be repercussions. So just like any professional ad agency out there, we're going to make sure that our clients are happy and they're taken care of first and foremost.
What is, wave your little magic lightsaber, whatever. What is something that you wish that the media department had the capabilities to do? And this is unlimited budget. Like, this is big picture.
Yeah. That's a tough question. There's so much that we want to do. We have a lot. So our media team is just
the most exciting thing you want to do. The
most exciting thing. I love our side projects. When I first started, we did a side project called At Home with Homepage. We're in the process now of doing another side project called Louisville Unveiled. Just be on the lookout for that. That's got a few of the agents here at Homepage. I would love to be able to dedicate, and I know this sounds like I'm not thinking big enough or grandiose enough, but I would love to dedicate a team of production to these side projects. Like, I'd love to be able to have teams that we could dedicate to go, okay, your whole job is Louisville Unveiled. Your whole job is At Home with Homepage, and your whole job is the Real Talk with Homies, like that kind of thing. And that way we could have pockets of production teams that are just solely dedicated to listings. Like, that's the one thing. And one thing we've kind of started creeping into is this kind of a side entity called Homepage Creative, which is what we're wanting to do, and create a production company or an ad agency kind of providing what we do, but not for other real estate companies. So we've kind of dove into taking photos, taking videos for other companies in the area, and then creating kind of a secondary other entity ad agency is really.
But yes, I think it's a pretty grandiose idea to have a full team of producers for side projects. That feels like a very expensive endeavor.
It would be very
expensive. It's under the unlimited budget.
Yeah,
it would be a limited budget preface that I said.
I mean, the thing is, just a camera itself is expensive, right? So like any of these projects, anything we do takes
we have to put a skilled individual behind the camera.
Right, yeah. Without even doing that, we still spent a good amount of money. So yeah, that would be ideal. It's just that we could have a handful of crews that we could dedicate on certain things and not make them fall secondary. Like, we have a crew dedicated to listings. So that mantra, listings comes first, really isn't a thing anymore, because we have a full dedicated team to listings, and then we have a full dedicated team to other side production stuff.
Yeah. What is the coolest project you've been able to put together in your time at Homepage?
Real Talk with my homies.
All right, quit pandering. It's a pander pick.
I couldn't help it. I really thoroughly enjoyed, and I think it's because it was kind of my baby at the beginning. Is when I first started, my literal first day, I was approached by one of our agents, Sarah McNally, about a project that she had, or an idea that she had. And we sat down, like, I'm not kidding, my first day. Like, hi, I'm Randy. Hi, I'm Sarah. I've got an idea, and we got to talk about it. And so we sat down and came up with the idea of At Home with Homepage.
Yep.
And it was probably, we've done so many other great projects, but that was probably my first, like, that was my baby when we first got here.
Yeah.
We did a really great project for Ashley Brown for a Hill Street listing, where I actually talked her into jumping into a pool at the house. Nice. That was fun. I texted her and said, I got a crazy idea. I need to know if you're okay with this. And she was like, I love it. Let me talk to the homeowner. And it just so happened the homeowner was a friend of theirs, or a friend of hers. So we were able to make it happen. And it was just a fun end of the video, jumped into the pool. So that was fun. But we do so many great projects. I've got such an amazing team that works in the media department, and we all get to kind of have our hand in everything. And we've got just so many great projects that it's hard to really pick.
Yeah. What was maybe the hardest project that you guys have done, or most challenging?
I'd say currently is Louisville Unveiled.
Is it?
Yeah, it's been a really tough, just because there's 3 agents that are hosting. And we're wanting to give and just kind of an inside look at what it is. It's what people don't really know about Louisville. Like, we're going to different locations around Louisville, and the hardest part is scheduling. Mm-hmm. That's the hardest part, is scheduling. Okay, we're going to go here. We got to shoot this. We've got to shoot this. And really to shoot it, it's just Jeff and myself. Like, those are the 2 videographers that we have on the team. And then, of course, I'm also directing. And then we got to worry about audio and sound equipment and video equipment and all the nuances of video production on location. So that's really the hardest thing. We've got one episode that we're in the process of filming, that we've been in the process of filming for a good couple of months, just because we can't get the schedules dialed down.
Yeah. What was maybe the most rewarding project?
Oh, that's a good question.
Thanks.
You've got so many good ones. It's like you've done this before.
A couple times.
Yeah. I don't know. My most rewarding project.
I got the puppeteer behind the media department with me, so now I get to ask all the good questions.
Yeah.
Puppet master.
The puppet master. That's what I should have dressed up as. The puppet. Let's see. I think I honestly, and I know this is going to sound like a, I don't know. It's not going to sound genuine, but it really is. Mm-hmm. I think my best project is putting the team together. Yep. Like, it's not a physical project that you can watch on YouTube, but it's putting the team together, the talent behind what makes Homepage Media what it is. Like, what makes it so successful is the team that we've got, right? What makes you as an agent as successful as you are is the people behind you. And the media team, I think, is the top in the business. I remember one time I was sitting at a listing. We were shooting a listing, and it was myself, one of our photographers, Emily, and we had somebody else there that I don't remember who it was. It might have been a homeowner. It might have been somebody else. But we were sitting there kind of waiting and watching Emily work as she was doing her work, and he started asking me, he's like, so who do you think is the top real estate photographer in the business? Like, who do you think's the top in Louisville? And I just kind of smiled, and I was like, she's right there, man. Yeah. Like, she's right there. Our team is just are phenomenal when it comes to photography, when it comes to videography, when it comes to audio, when it comes to social media. I'd put our team up against anybody in the business.
I was going to wait till the end to do this, but do you want to give a shout out to everyone on the team and maybe say something about them? Just
like each person?
Yeah, each person.
Yeah.
On the team.
I think so. We'll start with Jeffrey.
Jamie.
Jamie. Is your Jamie? Yeah.
Jamie.
Jamie, give us the next slide.
Yeah.
Start with Jeff. Jeff and I have known each other for a really long time. We used to shoot weddings together.
Yep.
And that's how we met. Was we actually started shooting weddings together. And then when I needed to bring somebody else in that knew how to tell stories, Jeff was my first thought. There was a time where I needed a secondary editor. I was like, look, I need an editor. Because it was just me shooting videos. and there was no way I was able to like shoot all the videos and edit all the videos. So I needed an editor, and I think the first project that Jeff ever worked on was the Ashley Brown video. So I called him up and said, hey, look, I got this stuff. I need you to do this. Can you put this together? And he killed it. He absolutely crushed it. Told the story of the house, which is what we want to do, right? And so Jeff is a phenomenal storyteller, and I think just having him on the team is just it's taken us to a new level. We were already, when I was here, the media team that had been created when I came in was already at a different level, and then we were able to step that up even another notch with our production and storytelling. Cheyenne is a phenomenal photographer and a great graphic designer. So she's got a background in graphic design. So, and we all dabble in everything, but then we all have a kind of our expert, right? So Cheyenne's a fantastic photographer, and Jeff's the same way. His main draw is the storytelling, is the videography, but he's also a great photographer. Cheyenne is a great photographer, but she's an exceptional designer. And so she's got, when she came in, we brought her kind of right in from college, and so she was kind of right new into the new nuances and into the new trends and all that stuff. And so she's really great at that. Plus, she's really organized. She thinks organizationally, which is odd for a creative person.
Yeah, normally kind of scatterbrained.
Yeah, normally So, which is why I told somebody yesterday, I was like, I need a whole team to keep me organized. That's why I have a whole team. But so she's also very organized, driven, and that's awesome. Emily, I think they on top of being a fantastic photographer, her biggest trait is her positive attitude, always. It's kind of a joke in the media team. Everything's fine. But in Emily's mind, or in the way Emily comes across, like she really is like, no, it's cool. Like it'll be fine.
We'll get it done,
We'll get it done, and I'm not worried about it. And so that's really nice when you've got things that are going on and you're like, I really hate to do this. Because, as a manager, you're like, I have to delegate, and I hate to do this to you. And she's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. And so that positive attitude, I think, is what really helps the team in general. Plus, she kind of leads. She's our key trainer. So she actually trained me when I came in to homepage policies and procedures in our real estate photography. And, of course, we've changed our kind of the way we do photography since then. But she trained me on how to do it when I first started. And then we've got two other members of the team that are they're not secondary in value in any way, shape, or form. We've got Sunny, who does our social media coordination, and she lives in Morocco. Her and I converse 1,000 times a day. We're constantly on a text message thread. Her and I, we talk about all the social media nuances, every little thing that happens at Homepage Socials. And then we've got Taylor, who is she works with media department, and she also works with the admin side.
She's the Swiss Army knife.
She is the Swiss Army knife. She is everything that happens has to go through Taylor, or we would all just be completely lost. So
she is my break in case of emergency. I don't know who to text. Text Taylor.
Yeah, just text Taylor.
She'll tell me who can.
It's exactly it. She's phenomenal. So I rely on her a lot. Hey, can you get with the team and do X, Y, Z? And she's like, I'm on it. And so it's really great. I think, like I said, my biggest accomplishment is the team that we've been able to put together.
Awesome. All right, what does Randy do at his time off? Last question, and we'll get to some rapid fire stuff.
Okay, what does Randy do at his time off? I am a big family guy, and I don't mean the show. I mean, I love my family. I've got 4 kids. My wife and I have been married for going on 5 years. We're a blended family. Constantly, being a homeowner is a lot. You're constantly fixing things and constantly tweaking things. But I spend a lot of time with my family. My daughter is a freshman in high school. So we've got 2 boys, 2 girls. Our oldest daughter, she's 22, about to make me a grandfather.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So we're really
great.
Yeah, you can already see that's the stress of being super excited. Little Quincy is going to be a little boy. So my wife and I are going to be Lolly and Pop. That's what we want to do. So that's a big thing. That's a huge big milestone, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we spend a lot of time with is our kids. My daughter, our second daughter, she's a freshman in high school. She's in band in ROTC, so that keeps us busy. Our youngest son's he's really into soccer, so we do a lot of soccer days, a lot of soccer practices, soccer games on Saturdays. My oldest son, 17 years old, him and he loves to ride motorcycles. I'm a big motorcycle guy. I'm a Harley guy, but he rides motorcycles, and so him and I do some stuff together. He just got his license, so he's really excited. So yeah, that church is a big deal for us. We're really involved in ministry, really involved in, I was a youth pastor for a good long while. So yeah, just mostly family stuff is what really keeps me going in the off hours.
Good. All right. Rapid fire stuff.
Rapid fire.
These are agents at Homepage.
Okay.
Let's make it so that they're still at Homepage.
They're still at Homepage.
So not like something that, an agent from 2 years
Oh,
ago.
so anybody that I've worked with over the past 4 years, got it.
All right. Most likely to swear on camera.
Sarah McNally.
I had a feeling that was the answer.
Sorry. I love you, girl.
All right.
But
Most, it's all good fun.
Yeah.
Most on camera in 2024. Who is the most?
Mike Mudd.
Mike Mudd, all right.
Mike Mudd, most on camera in 2024.
Most likely to bring a new idea that you scratch your head about.
Mike Mudd.
Mike Mudd. All right. Most likely to do one and done on the tech.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Nailed it the first time.
Mary Gerstle. Who do you think? Tara Barnes? Yeah, she's really good at it too. Yeah, I'd say probably a toss-up between Mary Gerstle and Tara Barnes.
Yeah, play off on that. Most likely to have the best take as the first take, but then they decided to do 3 more because they thought they could get it better.
Carrie King. Carrie King.
Nailed it on the first one. We're gonna do 3 more just in case.
She wants to make it, or Ashley Spillman.
Okay.
Ashley Spillman, relatively new agent to Homepage.
Yeah.
Really, really talented, but also like really wants to do it really well. And so yeah, she'll do it really well usually the first time, but then go, did I do that? And we're like, no, that was really good. But we'll do it again.
All right, so we had 10-year anniversary picks.
Yeah,
They just happened. You had a lot of agents roll through there. Are we done?
no,
We saw more?
we're still shooting. So we opened up one day, and that filled up filled up so fast. And so we opened up a second day. That filled up super fast. We just finished our third day. We have 2 more weeks. So we have 5 full days. And this is Jeff and I shooting
I saw the
15-minute intervals.
15-minute
Yeah.
intervals, yeah.
So it's you come in, you're going to get shot with your black shirt, jeans, like real estate photo, and then what you do as a hobby, what you do outside of Homepage.
Yeah.
Kind of because our unofficial slogan is more than real estate. So what do you do when you're not selling real estate? And so we're having people come in at 15-minute intervals. So it's like rapid fire.
Of those, you don't need to tell me who, so we can stay surprised. But what was some of the cool? Either what was a cool dress up that somebody did, or who had a really. You can name multiple.
So we had an agent who is training for her scuba diving certification.
She was right before me. I know who it is.
It came in full scuba. Like,
that's awesome.
It was so cool. Flippers, everything.
That one was right before me. I didn't get to see her in
It was great.
uniform, costume.
Yeah.
I don't want to say costume.
It's not a
uniform.
Is it a uniform? Outfit.
But I saw it on
regalia
on TV. That one was awesome.
It was a really good one. We had a plant lover come in yesterday.
Okay.
And my wife's a plant lover. And so, a lot of these, if it's just you're just standing there, white background, take a shot. But with this one, we had to create a scene. Mm-hmm. And so, and they texted me the day before. They're like, "Hey, look, I'm really into plants. This is what I want to do. Send me a couple photos." And I was like, "This is great. As long as we can bring all the plants in and take them all down in 15 minutes." We're
still have a timeline.
Yeah, we still got to get these. And so she came in. We cranked it through. I already had an idea because I try to have ideas prior to the time, and we created a beautiful scene that's going to be able to be taken out of that scene because we're putting this together like a composite. So a beautiful scene showcases, and she's sitting right between all these plants, and it's just and she did a really good job of picking the right color. So it was like green plants everywhere. She's wearing a red dress or a red outfit, and it's just compositively as a photographer, I go, "Oh, that's a great shot." That's a great shot.
Anything else?
We had one who's a big book fan. Okay. I got it. Everybody knows Jerry's a big shoe guy.
Yes.
And so he came in with like 6 or 7 pairs of shoes, and he collects all these Nikes. And so we just had it to where he's got shoes all over it.
Yeah, I was there at the office when he did that.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him about it. I collect shoes as well, but I wear them. Like, I don't buy anything that, like, I'm not going to wear. I don't buy, $400, $500 pair of shoes. I may buy 150, 100.
But you're going to put them on your feet.
I throw the box away. Like, these things are on. Like, I've got some, tons of Jordan 1s. They got creases and everything. I don't care. I'll wear them. Like, if they go bad, I'm going to donate them and buy another pair.
He puts them in the box.
Yeah, I keep them clean. Like, but it's I can't do the buy it not to wear it thing.
Yeah, he had like, I don't know, he was just juggling the shoes, and it looked really cool. So that was a really good one too.
All right, last thing, we'll get you out of here. Every episode we got to close a gift.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So we got.
I was not expecting a gift.
Yes.
Even though I've watched these shows numerous times.
Everybody gets a gift. This is my beautiful wrapping.
Oh, this is wonderful.
Yes, beautiful wrapping job.
Okay.
So it is a trash bag.
It is a trash bag for those of you that don't know.
A mini fridge for your desk.
This is great. Me and Jeff were just talking about a mini fridge. This is remarkable, dude.
Yep.
This is so great. Thank you so much.
It's re-gifted.
Hey,
you can go out and buy it. I bought that for my office.
What's
It
great?
sat in my
I'll
office. It's by me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Coca-Cola will expect ours.
Yeah,
We'll
blur that out. Yeah.
No, I bought it for my office.
Okay.
Never put anything in it. Never even plugged it up.
Oh, that's great.
And then about 4 or 5 months ago, my office is down in the basement at our house, and we bought a nice fridge to put down there for kids' drinks, popsicles, beer, all that
Like
stuff.
you do, yep.
And I was like, oh, well, now I don't really need this little fridge anymore.
That's
It
great.
just sits there, but
Well, me and Jeff have literally been talking about getting a mini fridge for weeks now. That's fun. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. So that concludes it, man. I appreciate your time.
Dude, I appreciate being a part of it, man. And I think, this whole concept, you came to me about this months ago.
Yeah, it was in October-ish, November-ish of last year.
I don't think we ever expected it to be what it is. Like, I think we were both just like, yeah, this will be fun.
It'll
It'll be cool. We'll do this. But it's really become one of the biggest entities that Homepage. And we don't really do a lot. When we piece it together, we record it, and then we kind of hand it over. So I think... we produce it, but we can't take credit for it. I think you should take the credit for how grandiose it's gotten, how big it's gotten, the amount of audience that you've done, that you've built. So, great job. Thanks for letting me be a part of it.
And I want to say thank you to you as well for this. Like, I couldn't have done this obviously without you. I got to get your blessing in order to do this. So it doesn't start without you saying yes. Let's figure it out.
Man, I'm glad we did.
Awesome. All right. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
We'll see you next time.